you an update as to what my Bitaxe Gammas have been up to. Now, you might have saw in a recent video, I actually bought a bunch of these. In fact, I bought 30 of them, and I put them onto these boards, and essentially I just left them. So I've been mining Bitcoin Cash because it's a lot easier to mine. However, I really underestimated how hot this room would get with these miners in, because I actually have 3 of these boards. The blue one's hiding underneath. That is actually fine. The red board here, which is a sleeker design, you can't really see the power supply, but it is behind. That is fine. This yellow one, for some reason, keeps overheating. And you can see, like, some of the plastic actually melting. Now, as for why this room gets so hot, I mean, I think it's just too many devices for the room. So what I'm actually doing is I've started to sell some of the devices. So I've started putting them back onto their original holders. I put the original power supplies, and I'm testing them for like a week or so just to make sure they're okay. And I've actually started to list them for sale. I noticed I also have the Lucky Miners. They are also in this room. They're fine as well. That's another thing that's actually really, really fine. But my problem is just the overheating. Now, these Lucky Miners make a lot of heat. They're actually off, well, they're not off. They're the screens are off at the moment. And this one's upside down because I have a problem with it where I can't turn it the other way around, otherwise it doesn't boot. I know, it's me and technology always goes wrong. So currently on the yellow board here, I've actually taken off the 2 from the, which are called the blue ice board. I've given them all names, I know. So I've taken the 2 off from that one, and I'm using this power supply to power these 2 for now. But eventually, this board's going to be completely clear. And I think I'm going to sell 1 more from the blue board at the bottom, and then see where we're at. But overall, these power supplies have been amazing. They're all the same ones on these 3 boards. And I've been so happy with them. They have made some Bitcoin Cash. I mean, surprisingly enough, they do mine. Now, the way the pool works, if the pool wins the block and you've contributed to that, you will win something. So I've been making a little income through that. I haven't like solo mined a Bitcoin Cash block yet, because that's like 550G or something like that. And my highest one is this white one here. That is rolling at 71G, which is an okay difficulty, but it's still not that high when it comes to Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. 20.44G. There's 11.3G, which again is okay, but this is the red board, seems to be performing so much better. I think it is. It's something to do with power supplies. Now, I mean, I'm not saying that that's the reason why they perform better. I think just the more stable power input really does make a difference. The brick ones are okay, but they won't overclock. The issue I have found with upgrading the fans, because these are like high power fans, you can hear the noise. I don't know if you can hear it too much, but let's find out. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. Is because they make vibrations. So what I've found is that the connections can almost pull themselves loose, and it causes brownouts on the whole devices. So sometimes the devices go offline. It thinks there's a power fault, but the power connections are becoming slightly loose. And that's what I found with them. It's just that when it wiggles loose a little bit, they can cause a brownout, it causes a power fault, and then you have to reset it, and it's just a whole long thing. So what I've actually started doing is securing them in place. So I don't know if you want to, when they're loose like that, you need something to secure them in place. So that's just going to wiggle loose eventually and will cause a power fault. This red board here, the power cable actually goes through to the other side, which keeps it in place. I would say if you are just starting it with these Bitaxes, get one like this and just keep it as stock. You don't need to upgrade the fan straight. If you're not doing anything with it, like just leaving it to mine, just leave it as stock, and I think you'll be better off. I'll talk about this one here. This is not online. This is currently broken because I blew it up. I accidentally plugged in the wrong power supply from another device, not even a miner. It was just too many amps, and it blew out the fuses inside. So this is going to sit here because I'm not a repair person. I don't know how that works. I know what the problem is. I just don't think I can repair it. And if you're familiar with Bitaxes, you'll know exactly what the problem was before I even shown it. These 2 fuses, that U6 and U5, they're MOSFET or something like that. They're blown. So if I could replace them, 2 tiny things, which cost a couple of pennies, then maybe this would work again. However, yeah, it's just them 2 things right at the bottom. But yeah, maybe once I clear out some of these Bitaxes, I might buy something a bit more temperature controlling. I don't know, but This is my space for recording the coin videos as well, so I actually haven't done them in some time because it's too noisy to film in them. And I'm hoping this microphone hasn't picked up too much of the whine because I'm talking to it really closely. So if you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye!